It's bounced to Chris Paul at the podium. We're expecting to talk to him ourselves here in a few minutes, but here he was a moment ago.
A couple times. Once Booker hit a three to make it 6-9. Another time they had at 7. Book hits 2 threes in a row. Why is he built for those type of moments?
Big time. Big time. He could tell you better than I can, but he didn't train and worked his whole life for these moments. You know, and our team all season long has been, you know, you put the work. So if Book shoot it, I expect it to go in. I get mad at him when he don't shoot, you know, so big shots.
And that one sequence you had to end the first half, 9 or 10 passes, Ayton ends up with an and-one. Has your passing rubbed off on these guys, or how do you explain that one?
We have a saying with our team, it's called good to great. You know, we pass up good shots to get great shots, and it's the unselfishness of our team. Any coach in America, I'm sure they love to show their team that clip, and, you know, D.A. finished it at the end.
Dwayne up front.
Yeah, Chris, you've talked about how Mikal and how much you're proud of DeAndre, but seeing Mikal do what he did tonight, career high, 27 points in the playoffs.
I be on Kale so crazy, you know what I mean? Because Kale is just a winner. You know, he's a winner. When we won the Western Conference Finals, I looked at him and I had a flashback of him being at Villanova. You know what I mean? I remember him winning the championship there, and you know, he's just a winner. He's going to do whatever you need him to do, offensively or defensively, and it's good to see him playing like this.
Quick follow, Dave was talking about that one possession at the end of the first half. That possession in the fourth where, you know, a shot is missed, Mikal runs it down, then another shot is missed, Ayton gets the rebound and kicks it to you in the corner for a three that you hit. How big was that sequence? You guys were up 6 at that point. It went up a bit.
It was huge. It was like the play of the game. You know, D.A., you know, he's so hard on himself. He's so mad at how he played or whatnot. But I tell him if he doesn't get that offensive rebound and find me there in the corner, that was probably the biggest play of the game. So it just shows you how we all have to stay the course.
Rachel on the left.
Hey, Chris. Athletes who've been doing it for a long time, toward the end of their careers, like Derek Jeter or Pete Sampras, when they were vets, they said that it was sometimes harder to stay in the moment of those championship series because you knew too much. Like, you knew how hard and how long you had been to get there. And Jeter used to talk about the World Series at the beginning of my career were easy. It was the ones in the last few years that I really had a harder time staying in the moment. Have you experienced that at all?
No, I have a pretty good I do a pretty good job of staying in the moment. You know, maybe a lot of the guys on our team, this is their first playoff series. You know, they don't know the heartache or the heartbreak. They just out there playing. So for me, I know how quick things can change. I know how a possession or a play can change the dynamics of an entire series. So for me, I don't get too high, I don't get too low. I just stay even keel. Wasn't always like that, you know, but I know that these situations are, you know, don't happen every day.
Thanks.
Mark up front.
Hey, Chris, I know Devin's still got his young legs in him, but what do you notice he does to be able to play at a high motor throughout the game?
He just stay in attack mode all game long. You know what I mean? And that's what I love about him. And I think me and him together, we've just built so much trust. You know, he like, here, see, go. You know, I go to him. And whatever happens during the game, you just know that there's never any malicious intent. You know, he just wants to win. He's going to do whatever he has to do to help our team win, and it's nice.
Mark, over here.
Chris, looking back to when you were traded here, what were your initial thoughts when you got the news? And could you have foreseen at this time being on this stage?
I know me. I know how hard I work during the summer. I know how I play. I knew the pieces that was here. I knew Book was here. And like I said, I knew the pieces. I knew mine. I knew that we would have a system. I knew that we would build trust. So I'm not surprised.
And what did you think about James having confidence in you?
JJ is our GM, but he is like my counterpart. He's like my brother. You know what I mean? So like, we done been through so many different things with the CBA negotiations. So it was easy to talk to him about me wanting to be here, and it's nice when you have a relationship like that because you can be honest, no matter what, good or bad. You know, you're gonna shoot it to each other straight, and that's how it's always been.
Palmer on Zoom.
I'm going to go to Mark Shores with ESPN.
Chris, Devin always says that he doesn't run from moments like these.
Coach, you forecasted that Milwaukee would bring the effort tonight, but you said your guys were ready for that. How'd you like how you guys responded to Milwaukee's charges throughout the night?
Yeah, I mean, the first quarter was a storm of aggression from them, attacking the paint, offensive rebounding, and we talked about it all morning. We studied Game 2 versus Atlanta, and that was their way to attack Atlanta in that Game 2 after a loss, was to just get to the paint. And so we knew that was coming, and they're a good team. It's not like, you know, this is the finals and they're giving a finals effort. But I like the fact that our guys just stayed the course and showed poise, and we were down 3. And then in the second quarter, which I felt like won the game for us, our defense was at a high level. We held those guys to 16 points. And so that ended up being the difference. You know, obviously you have to do more in the second half, but the second quarter defense was tremendous.
Quick follow, there was a possession. You guys came out of the timeout up 6, and Mikal chased down a loose ball.
Yeah.
Then Aiden got an offensive rebound,
Yeah.
kicked it to Paul for 3. How huge was that possession right
We
there?
had a few signature offensive rebounds. That play by Mikal, DA had one to kick out for a 3. You know, those are the kinds of relentless plays that we've been talking about all year. We have a we score mentality, and when DA and Mikal give it up like that and other guys score, it's like they scored. That's how we view it. But in that moment when they cut it, you know, to 6, 7, we kept answering with a big 3. And you have to make plays like that to win games in the finals.
Dave up front.
Monty, you mentioned those threes that you had to answer it. There were 3 of them from Devin himself in the fourth, 6 to make it to 9. They cut it down to 7. He hits back-to-back,
Yeah.
get it up to 13. And then as a team, you go 20 for 40 from deep. What about Devin makes him built for those moments? And then can you speak to, as a team, how well you shot it?
I mean, the guys work on it. You know, we have a let-it-fly mentality. Our guys shoot a ton of shots every day, as everybody does in the NBA, but those are the moments that he lives for. He doesn't run from it. I've seen it from him for 2 years. He just steps up and makes big plays. You know, in that moment, I think one of them, he set a great screen. They had the help. He popped out. He knocked it down. And, you know, the thing about Devin, he shoots the same way first